Hey everybody, it's Greg again. It's another edition of Unbreakable, the podcast. It is Wednesday. Happy Hump Day, July the 3rd. Well, so much is happening, huh? Huh? Politics, sports, the weather. Oh, God. A lot to talk about. Speaking of the weather, it's beautiful here in Pennsylvania today. I think it's our last great day before it starts getting hot and muggy again. We've had a really nice 3 day stretch here. A little break, highs maybe like the low 80s. For July, it's been great. So, but it is July. So, back to the hot weather. My favorite summer song. The other favorite summer song. Oh, man. Summertime is time for music, laying on the beach, listening to music, driving in your car, cruising around, right? Sitting on your back deck, listening to music, having a drink. And it's summertime. So my favorite summer song, there's a lot, but it's got to be Summer Breeze by Seals and Crop. That's a great summer song. And I love it. Summer in the City, Loving Spoonful, a summer song, Chad and Jeremy. There's so many great songs in the summer. And so I love summertime. Now, here's the thing. Phillies rebounded last night, won in Chicago, and I don't worry about the Phillies. Phillies are going to win the division. They're going to go on to win the National League and go on to the World Series. Now, I'm hoping the Phillies are going to win. I have them in the World Series against Baltimore, and it looks pretty good. Baltimore's got a hell of a team out there, but anything can happen. Philly's got to just tread a little water until water. There's my accent. Water. Until Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, and Kyle Schwarber get back. Then they'll be back to their old self, steamrolling over all these teams in baseball, right? Still with the best record in baseball, though. Great pitchings, keeping them in every game. Sixers, got to give them credit. Signing Paul George, Andre Drummond, Eric Gordon. They could take the next step and trade for this Larry marketing guy who's in Utah. Power forward that they need. They would have to trade for him. You have to give up a lot of draft picks. But so what? You're pushing all your chips this year to win with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey and Paul George. So I would just say, hey, we're going for it this year. The fans deserve a championship. All right, so on to this political stuff. I was listening to that interview with Stormy Daniels last night, and with the great Rachel Maddow, and very disturbing. It's unbelievable that we want to send Trump, this guy, back to the White House again. You know what's so funny? Here we are on the cusp of the 4th of July, and the holiday that we celebrate, that we got our independence from Britain. We didn't want a king. We did not want a king ruling us. We wanted independence, damn it. And we got it. That's why we defeated the British. If we wanted a king, we would have stayed with the British, right? Now here we are, almost 250 years later, and we're looking for a king. I mean, come on, man. We don't want a king. We're doing all right as it is. 248 years, we did okay. We've had our ups and downs, but we've done okay. So it's hard for me to believe that we're on the cusp of being ruled by a king again. What are we doing? Anyway, so here's what I think about Biden. It's called back and forth. Should he step aside? Should he step aside? Blah, 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 blah. Well, I posted something on Twitter earlier this morning because I kind of made up my mind, It's really up to him. He's got to make the decision. It's up to him. But the analogy I used is I was a medical social worker for 30 years, and once in a while we'd have a situation where an older adult, yeah, they wouldn't, how should I say, they can be stubborn at times. And sometimes people, my mom was the same way, God bless her, God rest her soul. She was all stubborn at times. And there were times, she was 90 years old and she was still driving. She was driving around the town. She wasn't going on freeways or any crazy stuff like that. But she puttered around town. He went to church, went to the pharmacy, and then to the supermarket, back and forth. And she did good. But even then, 92 years old, she was starting to lose it. Her reflexes worked like they were. Her eyesight wasn't safe. And cognitively, and people start to forget. So eventually she gave up driving on the road because she had a problem there getting around with the foot, and she gave it up on her own. She knew that she couldn't do it anymore. So hopefully people are involuntarily, nobody wants to give up their independence. Nobody wants to admit that they're getting older and maybe can't do it anymore, right? But as a social worker, I've always been involved, I've often been involved with people who don't want to give it up. They don't want to give the keys up to drive. Family tries to convince them, want to do it, right? But mom, this is for your own safety. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to kill anybody else on the road, right? You got to give the keys up. There are other ways to get around, other ways, paratransit, whatever. You can't drive it anymore. Not the same person at 90 as you were at 20. Well, eventually, sometimes you'd have to get the doctor involved. And don't forget this, a lot of time older people respect their doctors even more than their family. The doctor knows best. And a lot of times we get the doctor involved, doctor will talk with mom, grandma, say, well, I think it's for the best that we hand over the keys. And they do it. So I think that's what's going on with President Biden. I think he thinks he can still do it, but he's 82 now. It's not 22. And the fact of the matter is, I'm sure his cognitive abilities are still there. I mean, he's ruling the country. He's doing a great job, but he's 82. What's he going to be like when he's 86 at the end of the second term? When I voted for President Biden, and I did, and I still support him, still love him. But I want the best for him and the best for the country. The goal should be to defeat Donald Trump. I don't care who's in the office for the Democrats. It could be Kamala Harris, it could be Michelle Obama, it could be anybody, Gavin Newsom. The goal should be defeat Donald Trump, because if we don't defeat Donald Trump in November, we're not going to have any more elections. It's not going to happen because he's going to rip up the Constitution and he's going to be King Donald I. And we already decided 248 years ago we did not want to be ruled by a king. So I think the focus should be on Donald Trump and his lies and his corruption, not on President Biden and his cognitive decline. So no matter what he does, he's going to do an interview with George Stephanopoulos Friday. He's going to do, supposed to be meeting with governors today, and he's doing something on Sunday. And the plan is to get him out more, and that's all fine and well. But he's got to be honest with himself. Just because he thinks he can do it doesn't mean he can do it. And I'm sure the family, they're supporting him as they should. They're the family, but they also have to look out for the best for Joe Biden. Joe Biden has done a great job. And when I voted for him back in 2020, I thought he was only going to do one term. He even said that, let me be the bridge to the next generation. After Trump, things were pretty screwed up here in the country. after 4 years in truck. Well, Biden eased everything, brought everything back, jobs, you know, COVID was down. He's what we needed back then 4 years ago. Perfect. But he did what he said he was going to do. Now he needs to pass the torch, as he said he was going to do. Let me build that bridge, be that bridge to the future, and then pass the torch over to the next person to continue on my policies. And that's where we are. I never expected it, honestly. When he announced he was going to run again, I was surprised. I was like, whoa, yeah. 82. People are different. People can be very cognitive. Other people can be very cognitively impaired. Everybody gets old. Everybody starts to lose their eyesight, the reflexes. Everybody. Can't stop that. You can deny you're getting older. You could say, I'm still the man I was 30 years ago. You could say that, but time marches on, you know? I just want not only what's best for them, it's best for this country. And with the threat like Donald Trump looming, let somebody who's a little energetic and passionate, able to stand toe to toe with Donald Trump in the debate, somebody who's going to carry on President Biden's values, but will be able to not only campaign this summer for the job, but will be able to succeed President Biden. So, let's buy President Biden should build over those, over the old parties. So, hey, call me today. I'm going to enjoy my retirement as long as I have left. I'm going to enjoy it with my family, a beautiful wife, grandkids, kids. Time to hand over the car keys that I've built. So, it's tough. It's really, really tough. And again, I can relate because of my situation with my mom, and also the fact that when I was a social worker, I was involved in situations just like this, just like it. And people don't want to give up their independence. They don't want to admit that they are old. That's basically it. So, I mean, some people can do it. Now, don't get me wrong. Johnny Mathis. Johnny Mathis. He's been around since 1882. No, I'm just kidding. Johnny Mathis, great singer. And he could still sing. We go to see him every year. He comes back to Lancaster once a year, and he sings. And we've been seeing him now for 3 years or so. We got tickets this August. And he's 88 years old, guy. 88. But he could still sing. He could still sing. And keeps himself in shape. Golfs every day. But he would be the first one to tell you at 88. It's not the same man as he was when he was 30. He could still sing, but does he sing as well? I don't think so. But he does sing real well. So people age differently. That's the key. People are different. You can't say somebody at 82, generalize and say everybody who's 82 is, because you can't do it. Because people are different. But we're seeing, President, we're seeing the decline in physically and cognitively. We're seeing it in front of our eyes. And it's sad because it's like watching your grandfather get, but he's got to come to grips with that. It's tough. His family could help. His doctor could help, as we said. His priest could help. He needs help. He needs help in making this decision. That's what I'm saying. He really does. And God bless him. Hopefully he will have a speech to the country and say, I'm stepping aside. Thank you. It's been a great pleasure. Walk away gracefully and dignity. See, I can't tell you. And people would really, really just embrace him even more and say, wow, that took a lot of courage to do it. And we love President Biden. And we'll never forget what he did for us. He'll always be in our hearts. So that's the way I look at it. So we'll see what happens, huh? I think this weekend will tell the tale with all these interviews coming up and stuff. Because, the Democrats, they need to make a decision quick. Because if they decide to go another route, people need to start campaigning. They need to film commercials and decide what's what, schedule-wise. And it's a lot. It's a lot going on. It could be done, but it's a lot. So sooner than later, they need to make up their mind what's going on. Now, you heard the last thing there before I talk Friday. Donald Trump sentences rescheduled, postponed for September in that New York trial. He always gets away, doesn't he? Oh my God. But let's see what happens. He might be in jail by election time. I don't know. Crazier things have happened, as we know, in this country, and they continue to happen, So let's hope for the best. Let's hope God helps us all. God bless America, right? Like the song says. We really need God to bless America this 4th of July, I tell you. Woo. Everybody out there, have a great 4th of July. I hope you have fun, stay safe, enjoy the fireworks, baseball, the cookouts, the hot dogs. I love 4th of July because I love the food, the watermelon, fried chicken, everything. It's just really good. Oh my God. Picnics, barbecues, that's my best. That's my favorite cuisine. It's also good. Anyway, everybody have a great time, okay? And for one day, forget about all this crap that's going on in the country. Enjoy yourselves and celebrate what Independence Day is all about. And then we'll get back to the same old routine Friday, July 5th. All right, take care. Peace and love, everybody. See you soon. Bye for now. Bye. Thanks for watching or listening or whatever. Bye-bye.